everybody! Hey, guess who's back? Back again. Hey. So, yeah, thanks for the well wishes, and I'm up and at 'em, and hey, I'm up to about 50 subscribers now, and that's great. And thank you all for watching, and I hope to provide good content in the future and keep going. Man. But when you get sick, man, you get sick. Man, it's like, have you ever blown your nose and then your ears squeak? You go, and you go, ee, and you hear the ee in your ears, and it's like, oh man, those boogies are coming out the ears. Coming right out the ears, man, those are big old boogies. These are big ears too, so the big boogies are pretty big. Anyways, but yeah, I'm still a little hoarse, still a little things, but the nose isn't dribbling. It's just kind of like passive. So it's passable. So let's get right into it, shall we? What was I going to talk about this week? Well, I had like an actually interesting topic to talk about, but then life turns around and goes, well, you're sort of obligated to talk about this thing. All right, you're obligated to talk about this topic that came up during the week because you have your channel has videos, and the two most popular videos sort of kind of merged together today. So here's the thing: the two of my most popular videos at this particular time on this channel are, of course, unfortunately, about these dudes who should have their wee-wees cut. Ugh. I almost laughed and got boogies. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to spray the inside of this thing when I'm done. So anyways, these guys right here. All right. So yeah, you can watch about those guys over there. So kind of merges this topic with I do this live and I lose the mouse cursor. Where's the mouse cursor? There you are. And there it is. And this guy. Who's this guy? Been a while since I talked about this guy. Well, the only time I talked about this guy was when this picture was made by the Dreamscape people. I think his name is Dreamkeepers or I think it's Dreamkeepers. Dreamkeepers comic people drew this picture of this guy, and that video right there will describe what happened around this guy and who this guy is. But for those of you who don't remember Milo Yiannopoulos, the hungry power bottom, and I said don't Google what power bottom is, kids. It means you have much flatulence. That's what it means. But basically, this was a fan art that somebody drew, quote unquote fan art that was drawn by people from the Dreamkeepers comics, I think it was. And so yeah, this guy ended up in the news for saying something sort of related to these guys. Well, not sort of related to these guys, not directly related to these guys at all, but, you know, what these guys did in a vein. So basically, what it is this. There's a video, and I'll probably hit up the top of there when I get to find it, that was leaked by this guy. So basically, Milo Yiannopoulos was scheduled to talk at CPAC, sort of a conservative prep rally, if you will. And Milo's kind of made of a name for himself for being what he calls a professional troll, going around trolling people all over the place. And so, you know, he's called an agent provocateur, but I'll go over that, my opinion on that in a second. So basically, he's well known for certain incidences, such as the Ghostbusters. When the new Ghostbusters movie came out with the ladies, he went on an attack against Leslie Jones, I believe her name was, the black actress who played the subway attendant person who became a Ghostbuster. I can't remember the character's name. But so he and his fans and everyone around Milo got so bad that Milo ended up getting banned from the Twitters, and I kind of just go over that in the Milo video. So, you know, and he's like, oh, these, you know, so he's like anti-social justice warrior, very provocative language, blah blah blah. Go over that in a second. But something interesting happened. he went on Bill Maher the week before this happened, and he had a interview with him, and very, very. A lot of people were disappointed that Bill Maher let him go so easily, but me personally, when I watched it, I was like, man, you two need to get a room, man. I mean, here's the thing: Milo likes older men, right? It's pretty well known he likes older men, and you could tell Bill Maher is like one of his secret bays. You know what I mean? You could see it in his eyes when he's talking to Bill Maher, and he's like, "Oh man, oh yes, I like to be provocative like you, Bill Maher. It's just you're on the wrong side of the aisle, and you're an atheist, and I'm a Catholic, and stuff like that. But we both like to provoke responses in people." And so he found the common ground with him there. And I think that ground is so common that, Milo was able to steer the conversation away from anything that they might disagree on. Because, hey, provocateurs going to be provocateurs. But, so what happened this week, though, after that interview happened and all that jazz? We ended up seeing something interesting happen. Milo, as a power bottom, had someone in his own party take a shank and hit him in the back, which is ironic because I guess he's into that kind of a thing. Nah, but yeah, some Republican group found this old video, the video's been out there, I guess, but it really went viral up to his upcoming on the CPAC, where he talked about either I didn't watch the thing yet fully, but it sounded like he was saying that, oh well, the laws should change so that teenage boy, older men should be able to be with teenage boys, basically. Pedophilia. Yeah, no. So yeah, he basically advocated, it's the laws should change and we should be able to, and older men should be able to be with boys. And I think that was around the terminology that he used. But as I admit, I haven't watched the full video yet. According to Milo, of course, he says that it's out of context. I don't advocate the whole thing, and he said that at his press conference, which I did watch. But at the end of the day, to me, you don't give people, if you're going to be in politics, don't give people a thing like that. It's a gift. It's a gift. You don't need to give people gifts like that. That's gross. Even jokingly advocating for that kind of behavior just makes me cry in sad face. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. But anyway, so what ended up happening in the fallout of that is that because of that video, which I linked to right there, and I'll watch it with you when I get there. So that after that Republican released video, basically CPAC's like, oh well, we want to distance ourselves from this guy. No interest, thanks. And then the dominoes just started to fall, and so he lost his speaking there. And then he had a book that he was publishing called Dangerous. Have you ever, as a non-sequester, have you ever heard that rock song? And that makes me dangerous. Yeah, that one. That one that's I repeat myself so freaking often, and that makes me dangerous. I'll link to it. I'll link to the official video that I'm mocking of the music that I'm mocking. I thought it was cool the first time I heard it, and then I heard it the second time, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're being so repetitive. It's random 2 sentences here, and that makes me dangerous. It's got nothing left, and that makes me dangerous. It's literally, it's one line, and then that makes me dangerous. One line, that makes me dangerous. So, I don't know why that book reminded me of that, but sort of fits, I guess. It's I think I'm edgy, and that makes me dangerous. anyways, so so they had a book called Dangerous that was being published by this group, and I can't remember the publisher's name for the life of me. Shows that they're good at their job, because good publishers are ninjas. You don't know who they are. But basically, they went, nah, we're not publishing your book now. Go self-publish, man. You'll be fine. And then the third one was he resigned from Breitbart, which was he was a article writer there, and so that was like, ooh, man, you are a power bottom. You just took that poll right up there, man. You just took that like popularity dive poll right up the sphincter, right up that sphincter. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him, because it's like, where do you go from there? You just took the biggest political shaft that you could possibly take, and I mean, you're a hungry power bottom. How much bigger can you get than this stuff? You know what I mean? How much more can you take than this? It's like, wow. So speaking of my language, there was a little provocative, I suppose. So at the end of the day, I have to think of, I have a little thing to go into at this point. And it's the idea of being provocative. We have cheapened it. We really, really have. And why I say we've cheapened provocative is that in my mind, in my belief, every utterance, every word, every statement that a person makes is provocative. Every one of them. Every word. And the reason I say that is because provocative really means something that provokes, right? So when we think of provoke, we always tie it to anger. We always tie it to the most animalistic sort of tendencies, right? So we think of provoking anger, provoking lust, provoking these things, instead of provoking, companionship, provoking good tidings, provoking joy, provoking happiness. We don't think of provocative as meaning those things, because we've kind of debased, as I said, in my mind. So everything I said on this video is provocative. Anything you say on your little vlog or big vlog anywhere is provocative, because it's provoking images in our little brains here that go, if I'm telling you a story about my nostalgia and my childhood, about my Sonic video game, and you see the little hedgehog running in your brain, it's provocative. It's provoking a image within your mind. That's the power of the cognitive talkings. Okay. Now, to me, people who only believe that they can be provocative by being debased, by stirring negative emotions within people, don't really understand what provocative is and how to be truly provocative. And to me, I think it's sort of the intellectual provocative versus the uninspired and trying to get a rise really quickly provocative. Like the debased provocative. So the debased provocative, it's like you're a flash in the pan. If you want to be known as a flash in the pan in the world, in the history of the world, then being the debased kind of provocative, where you stir anger and emotions of those around you, sure, it gets you those emotions quickly. Sure, it creates, people to know who you are really, really quickly. But people will forget who you are just as quickly. It's a heat, it's a fire, it's just, and it's gone. Woo. And I think a lot of people, and I've read a few articles that kind of agree, this Milo Yiannopoulos character, it's like, sure, I mean, he's provocative, sure, but it's going to be a flash in the pan and it's going to be over. And I think, and some small part of me thinks that, individuals who share that same common thread will go that way as well. The people who are provocative through anger and stuff like that, it'll be a fire, and the fire will burn out pretty quick. They'll burn themselves out, they'll burn out those around them, and they in turn will just be a pile of ash when all is said and done, because they've expended all of their energy on provoking in that sense. Whereas individuals who provoke in a positive manner may take a while to get the ball rolling, but when the ball is rolling, it gets rolling. You know what I'm saying? It gets going. It's huge, and it's monolithic, and it doesn't go away very quickly because they took the time to get themselves set up and to understand what they can do to provoke better things in other people. Because those who provoke better things in other people, I think, have better staying power than those who provoke anger and then are forgotten in a few moments. But that's just my opinion on that. And I'm going to end this video with something I've observed a little bit. Let me be a little provocative, if you will. I noticed something happened this week, and it is interesting to me, and I noticed that no one really brought this up or seen this thing. Because as I said, I've paid attention to politics for a bit. Something happened this week, and it was very cool, and it was very awesome, and things like that. And it has to be brought up because it's a very awesome discovery, and that is there are 7 planets that were discovered 40 light years from here that are about Earth-sized. And about, I think they said 3 out of 7 of those are in the Goldilocks zone of this particular star. So there's probably going to be like evidence of life and oceans and stuff out there and stuff like that. And that's a big freaking deal. That's huge. And it's depressing that news was at top of the headlines for it was the first major news, it was the biggest news story. And it was on top of Trump for about a few hours, and then Donald Trump popped right back up to the top. And to me, it's and the thing was, it wasn't Donald Trump talking about this discovery, and that's my point. All right, this is a huge scientific discovery. Our science community worked their butts off. They showed signs of these particular planets that very more than likely are going to show signs of life and kind of give mystery and kind of unlock a whole new the statistics of this whole thing is just going unreal. It's only 40 light years away, and there's these planets that could support life, and there's 3 of them there, and they're all Earth-sized, which makes them all good candidates for having supported life at one time or another or something. I don't know the scientific mumbo jumbo, but what I do know is this. That's a freaking huge discovery. And yet our president, couldn't be bothered to say 2 words about it. Didn't even say 7 planets. 7 planets. 7 planets. He didn't even say that. No. Instead, beautiful wall. Big, beautiful wall. Focus on the big, beautiful wall. Get rid of Obamacare. Take 2 seconds out of your day, man, to look up at the stars. Just take 2 seconds. You know what I mean? It's and this is the thing. It's 2 seconds to talk about scientific community. Here's the thing. Star Trek, pretty freaking popular. It's we look at the world and we look, it's man, wonder what's out there. We go explore the cosmos. We like to explore. We love to explore. You could be Democrat or Republican and you can love to explore. But it's this whole thing where it's we're so focused on the id, the identity, that we can't even take 2 seconds to talk about something other than ourselves. And it's ironic that a guy in a roost suit, which, draw attention to me, look at me, I'm in a roost suit, can go, hey, look, there's cool things out there that are being discovered by hardworking people, and it's freaking awesome. And our president in this country is I'm the best president ever. I did a good thing. I'm going to go down and do this rally thing. Oh, what's that? Some nerds found some plants. Whatever. I'm going to do this. And tower. I'm going to build a tower to get to those planets. He's not even I'm going to build a tower to those planets. I mean, come on. If you're going to go crazy, go crazy. You know what I mean? It's This is kind of the world we live in. It feels like the heavens above are going, look at us, look at us, look at how beautiful we are, look at this beautiful thing we are. And the guys on the planet are like, no, sorry, don't look at the heavens. You're in hell with me. And you're going to stay here. And I'm going to build that wall to make sure you stay here. The educational wall of destroying our education system, blah, blah, blah. But I think Roo ranted enough here. I'm getting a little off topic. But that's basically my This Week in Rooview for me. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for your support for all 50 of you. And I hope that you all, I'll probably have more videos coming up. I probably got to accelerate a little bit so I can catch up on some topics. And obviously deal with the new ones as they come along. But thanks for watching anyways. Click the kick that subscribe, kick a comment in the comment section, and talk at my ears. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to get the hop out of here, and I'll see you again.